for Ebola treatment. It's no longer Ebola, it's Obola. Officially in my mind, I now only say Ebola. It's happened. I'll be talking to people in the street, and they're like, hey, Alex, what do you think of the Ebola? And I'll go, you mean Ebola? They went, oh, yeah. It's now happened. Obama is now officially branded with a killer disease. Couldn't be better. Because collectivism, progressivism is a disease. This is very, very exciting. Let's go over the latest election news, but let's play that clip one more time where he clearly says you can be voting all week long. And everybody starts laughing. And he goes, now, only once. This isn't Chicago. And everybody laughs. He's basically telling them, you get out there and you vote as many times as you can with dead people's IDs, you name it, illegals. With your 5 or 6 IDs, you get the job done.
And because early voting runs through this Friday, you don't have to wait till Election Day. You can vote all week. I mean, you can only vote once. This isn't Chicago now. You can. I'm teasing Chicago. I'm messing with you. That was a long time ago.
It never goes on now.
Once, but you can vote any time this week.
Remember, you could walk into an Acorn office after office, and say, I want to bring child sex slaves in to run them on the streets for prostitution. They're like, absolutely, we got the forms, everything. And we'll tell you how to cover it up with the schools. Just make sure they're in school all they once they're cut. You ready to run operations? You bet. It's a mafia. And that's why they will not allow illegals, particularly from Latin America, who have felonies, rape, arson, you name it, to be picked up by ICE. And if a sheriff reports it and says they're here to be picked up in the database, the Democrats double down. La Raza and Mecha hit them and hit them hard. In my view, they are aiding and abetting organized crime. And that's all it is. More organized than the Klan, more sophisticated, more focused, more vicious, more powerful than the Klan could have ever imagined, with a bunch of yuppie, politically correct Hispanics, blacks, whites, Asians in America having no idea the Democrats are right back to their old Klan days. The Democratic Party, Albert Pike, Confederate head general, founded the Ku Klux Klan on record. And up until the early 60s, they were losing elections because blacks were voting about 90%, like they do Democrats today, for Republicans. Not that Republicans were perfect, but they were the ones of Lincoln, and they were the ones that founded the NRA to arm blacks as part of its mission and to fight the Klan. And they passed the Civil Rights Act, and it was Eisenhower sent the troops into Little Rock to bring the black kids in. And the Democrats looked at the demographic and said, that's it. We've been running Klan ops on poor whites. We're going to run Klan ops on blacks and Mexicans, and they've done a great job. It's been a 40-plus year program, and they got it. And blacks would line up at the funeral of Robert Byrd, the Grand Dragon, who'd called for all blacks to be sterilized back in the 50s. You know, it's kind of like if you're George Soros and you worked for the Nazis for 4 years and rounded up thousands of people. You go on 60 Minutes and say, I'm not sorry for doing it, and you get ADL awards. But if your grandfathers both fought against the Nazis and you fought against the Klan and Nazis, and I'm one of the most hated people by Nazis because they're a bunch of Fed-run groups online, it's not Benjamin Netanyahu they hate, it's Alex Jones. I challenge you to go to any white supremacist site. I am more hated than anybody. I don't even support a lot of what Israel does, and they call me the Jew because they're feds, they're globalist. And they hate my guts because I'm bringing people together. And if we ever do that around the Bill of Rights and Constitution as a unifying system of blood, not what color you are, it's game over. People will learn how to be prosperous. We'll be so rich and so successful, our kids will be building space bases. And then that's it for them and their little game. And I'm so sick of them. And if we could only unseat people like Boehner and other pieces of trash that are working with the Democrats, working with the globalists, the exact same policies, Republicans that helped write Obamacare, Romney Care. Romney Care was part of it, and then Ezekiel Emanuel got it and added the death panels. And what Romney wrote was bad for the insurance companies and did increase premiums and make everybody buy it and increase taxes, a huge royal screw job. In fairness to Romney, because I've read most of his thing they passed in Massachusetts 20 years ago or whatever it was, it didn't have death panels and a bunch of other stuff in it. The new one does. And that's another thing. I was watching Fox News on the elliptical this morning. What's it called? Morning Rundown or whatever's on at like 7. And they had this Democrat talk show host on. I couldn't write their name down because I was on the treadmill. I mean, on the elliptical. I was called a treadmill. And with a straight face, this Democrat radio host was going, listen, your premiums have gone down across the board. It is a conspiracy theory that anybody's premium went up. Well, gee, mine went up by about 60%. My children's went up even more. My wife's went up. My dad's doubled. The guy next to me at the gym was watching the same thing. And he said, did you just see that? Mine tripled till I moved to a cheaper plan. It was more than my old one. You've got 200,000+ doctors opt out of Obamacare exchanges. You've got the states on the verge of collapse over this. And you've got people on television with straight faces saying, with straight faces, listen, your premium went down, and anybody that says it didn't is a liar. We had a, what was it, a Humana earlier this year article with the bill on Infowars.com where it was a 549%, I think. Just type in 500% increase in health insurance in Texas. 500+% increase. Remember, or is it 400 and something? We'll pull that article up. But it doesn't matter because they control reality. Oh, no. Businesses don't hire people. You didn't build your business. Your kids don't belong to you. Raising the debt limit doesn't raise the debt limit. This will cut your health care bill to the cost of a telephone bill. All patent lies in your face. There it is, Humana. Shock rate increase. Obamacare causing 539% increase in health insurance costs for Texans. That's a Natural News article, Mike Adams, with the copy of the Humana. It went up from $212 to $1,356 smackers. And you just get that in the mail. Now, my dad's insurance since last year, every few months they send him a thing saying it's going up 20, 30%. Most people, that's how they're doing it, is they don't put it up 500% at once. They just do it over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter. They got a slack-jawed liar. They're the liberal. They got the moral high ground. They're the party of the Ku Klux Klan, the party of communism, the party of total tyranny, the party of taking over, the party of having unions vote for NAFTA and GATT, the party of bringing in Ebola patients, the party of funding ISIS and Al-Qaeda. It doesn't matter. They're slack-jawed. Look at Rachel Maddow. She's got an arrogant look in her eye and short hair. Anybody knows a woman with short hair is God, folks. You're not allowed to have an opinion. She'll have it for you. She wears the pants. Got it, men? Shut up. Shut up and do what she says. Shut up and do what Hillary says. Businesses don't hire people. Everybody knows that. Hillary said so. We all got to listen to some arrogant crook. She's God. Jamie Foxx said it. Obama's God, Lord and Savior. Think I'm joking? Let's find that. I haven't even gotten in the stack yet. I'm already so upset. This is why I don't like reading the news, but I do it every morning and every night. I came into a meeting this morning about election coverage and started yelling, and I wasn't yelling at the crew. It's hard. I know why people tune out of this stuff because, but you know, if we don't face it, we're going to lose everything. It's the tuning out of it that has gotten us where we are. Let me take a deep breath, though. It's just such an insult to have all these control freak con men and con women and slimy scum involved in so many crimes and scams on record that they are just arch super criminals. But then I'll read about the Secret Service and they want to arrest a bunch of them because they might have had hookers. That's just a way to keep fear in the government over petty stuff, while John Corzine stole billions of private bank accounts to invest it and then never got in trouble. Because, well, he's a former governor and a former head of Goldman Sachs, so he's allowed to. But the Secret Service might have got some hookers. Oh, my gosh, let's arrest all of them. This is how the whole system operates. Oh, the IRS comes to your little restaurant. You have no criminal record. You had it 40-plus years. You deposit less than $1,000 a day cash because that's what you deposit. And they say, well, we're just going to take all your money, even though you can prove it's all yours and you've paid taxes, because we say the